Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday stream. Not entirely sure how long I'm going to be live today. I think today was, I don't know. I almost didn't go live again today, but I've canceled basically every Monday this month, and basically this entire month has been a crapshoot, especially in terms of streaming. But kind of just on the whole, which was part of what I wanted to talk about today. As I've brought up multiple times on the channel, I'm kind of, I have this confliction because, as I've always told you guys, I never want to lie to you. I may not tell stream the entire truth because, I have my own life. I'm not going to spill every single detail about my private life to you guys. But in certain aspects, I never want to lie to you guys. I never want to hide the truth, if I can help it. And I feel like I've done a pretty good job of that. And, part of that has always been being very open and honest with you guys when it came to my mental health. If you know me or, have been on stream long enough, I've taken plenty of days off, plenty of canceled streams, plenty of breaks. Most of which was due to my mental health. Very, very few things were anything else, were outside circumstances coming in, or there was my vacation, and then like maybe one or two other days where either like something with work came up or whatever. Pretty much I think every other missed stream has just been mental health days. This month has been no exception. But part of that, most of it has been outside circumstances. Things just happening in my life that are, unfortunately putting me in that negative headspace and affecting me so much so that I don't want to bring that to you guys. I don't want to bring that on stream because that isn't fun or has prevented me from being in the mood to shrug it off and come on here. There's been a few times that I have managed to kind of ignore it, push past it, streamed anyways, and it did end up, being fine and being a good thing, and that's what I try to do. But, obviously there are days when I just don't have the capacity to do so, or I just understand that it is bad enough to where streaming would likely just, make things worse. So, that's generally been the bulk of it. But, and just, being open and honest with you guys, this month has sucked. And I don't just mean like life stuff, I mean Twitch stuff. And even that, I don't mean like, when I say Twitch stuff, I don't mean like generally as a whole, like stuff like with Twitch or anything. Like there's been tons of drama going on and all that shit, and changes in their policies and everything. But largely, like, this channel's been unaffected by a lot of that. And I don't get into the drama. Not that I fucking know anybody, It's not my drama to get into, and I'm not gonna capitalize on other people's bullshit, just for content or views or whatever. No, I mostly just mean it's just sucked in terms of traffic. And the few times that this has happened, that I've brought this up before, is like an issue. And again, I want to repeat, when I say an issue, I don't mean like that I am mad at anybody, blaming anybody, anything like that. It's literally the situation. It's not at people. I want to make that very clear. It's just been a bad month, and on top of my mental health kind of being in a decline this month, it's been harder to be to look forward to stream, to want to stream, because most of this month has been there's been maybe 2 streams that like actually had people in chat. Last Friday had a good amount, which last Friday's stream is something I gotta kind of get into as well, but that'll be in a couple minutes. No, it's just more of like I said, besides like 2 streams that I can think of, almost every other one, either no one's been here, or like we've had dubs here for the little bit that they've been able to be here recently, before they have to leave, and then it's just me. And again, as I've said throughout my entire streaming career so far, since we started back in like March, would it be cool if this got successful enough to be a full-time job? Absolutely. But I always said that I would like to be doing stuff on stream that I would be doing anyways. And while that is still true, I don't think anyone can really deny that if Twitch is something they are trying to have be successful, whatever that term successful means to them, if you're not getting it, it hurts. And it sucks. Because it for me, to me, it just really is disheartening when you feel like you're putting in work towards something and it's not working out and you're not getting returns on it. And again, I don't even mean financially. I got my first payout from Twitch, actually, and I thank you guys for that. I that would have never happened without you guys. I'm always so grateful for your guys' support, but it is hard to keep doing something like this when you want so much to have chat there, people here, like hanging out and having fun and doing all this stuff and having ideas for all this stuff to do. But all this stuff you want to do kind of requires people there. It requires that community. So, again, like I perfectly understand that a lot of the ideas I have are down the road sort of things. It's stuff in the future that I have to wait on and build up to first. I do understand that. I truly do. And, I know I need to refocus a lot of the channel into, again, choosing one thing and just doing it and building a community based off that, and then moving on to the stuff that I actually want to do, because that's just the game. That's the game of Twitch. That's the game of live streaming. Is variety streaming doesn't really work for new streamers, is basically what I've learned. Because when you are those big guys with hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of followers and viewers and, you know, all that sort of stuff, you basically are at that point where you can do whatever you want. Not even just like in terms of money, but just in terms of content, because you've gotten to that point where people are no longer there based solely on whatever you're doing that stream. They are there to see you. You've gathered a large enough audience doing whatever it was you did before for people to realize that they like you and will watch almost no matter what you are doing. But that just doesn't work for new streamers. I have a friend. We've rated them multiple times on the channel. They've been part of our community. They've supported the channel. Aura. They started streaming like 2 months ago. They reached affiliate within a month. I think they already have like a couple 100,000 followers, and they already got their first payout through Twitch. It took this channel a lot longer to get to that point. Like basically the points that they were at, they got within the first like 2 months of streaming, whereas we're now in, you know, over 6 months of streaming and are averaging below a lot of what they're doing. But you know what Aura is doing? The exact same thing on every single stream. As far as I'm aware, all Aura does is play Dead by Daylight. And that's fine. But that's what I think, that's kind of been my hardest lesson to learn here recently, is I've been going at this with the mindset of someone who's been streaming for years and has a large community and has a large dedicated audience and can then do whatever they want, and people will be there because it's them doing it. But I've had to really learn and accept that I understand I'm repeating myself, but like that doesn't work for new streamers. You have to pick something, build an audience based off that, and then you can do what you want. And I know, I think I went over this a little bit with you guys back in like August and September, right? Because that's what I had said, was like, I came to that realization of if this is really what I want to do, and I really want to get to that point and do all these things and perform all of these stream ideas that I have to get there first. I can't expect that all to happen right now. And so that's what the vote in the Discord was. I put up a poll with a list of games that I would be okay playing, and I told you guys to vote, because I said, like, okay, after October and we do all of this, we do the serious Darkstar stuff, and we keep October to horror. When we come back, whatever you guys vote on, I'm going to play, and for as long as I'm going to play that thing for as long as I can, and that's going to be it. I believe let me actually get Discord up, because I think I threw in one suggestion kind of at the end just because I realized I had it on my PC. You know, it's still a popular game, relatively. And again, I kind of just threw it in as like a nothing. Like I wasn't even considering that it may, you know, get any votes, like maybe one or two. And it ended up being what you guys fucking voted on. And I don't know how I feel about that. It was, and as I'm pulling it up, I believe it was Skyrim. And that really surprised me, because, like, I don't know, a decade ago, 5 years ago, I'd have still been like, okay, I mean, I get it. It's still pretty popular, but for that to still be the thing that that so many people were like wanting to see me play, like, really surprised me. And I don't know if it's because I've never played it on the channel before, so people just want to see like how I play it. You know, I don't really know what it was. I didn't expect I didn't expect Skyrim to be the popular choice. Because I kind of really wanted Kingdom Hearts. Because I know for sure that that is something that I can play long term and that I would like to play long term. So, like, the main reason I even did a community poll was just because you guys, like, again, if I'm trying to build a community, I want to do it with the thing that is going to bring people in. That was a while ago, though. What is this? I don't care. I didn't click on you. All right, let's try and find it. Because that was decently long ago. There's all the stuff for the Hot Wing stream, which I think was honestly my last, like, big stream. There's all the stuff with the maid outfit. Boy, that Paper Mario playthrough lasted a long time, huh? I don't even know how I would search for this. Oh, you know what? I may also be looking in the wrong channel. I don't remember where I posted it. Oh, okay, there it is. So this was the end of September. So I put a poll out there on September 30th that said, what would you guys like to see played on stream after October? And the choices were Kingdom Hearts, Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 3, Final Fantasy, or Skyrim. And the votes came in with 5 for Skyrim, 1 for Warhammer, 1 for Final Fantasy, and 0 for Kingdom Hearts. The thing I wanted to do. So there's kind of my other confliction too, is like, I want to do what's going to be popular and bring in an audience, you know, like on the business side of things. And then there's the personal side of things. That's, hey, I want to do what's going to be fun for me and make me happy, that I'm going to have fun with, that I think I can play long term and not give up on or get sick of. And for me, that is Kingdom Hearts. Yet it seems like for everybody in my community, it isn't. So what do I do? You know, I don't mind playing Skyrim. But my thing is, I don't know how long that's going to last. I don't know how long I can force myself to play Skyrim. Because, like, I'll get in the mood for it and maybe play it for, like, a couple days or something. But I've never played it, like, long term, except when it, like, first came out. So there's kind of my big confliction right now is what we do, what we start next week. Like, I have a week to figure it out, because Monday's the last day of Darkstar before we go back to Brightstar, before we go back to our regularly scheduled bullshit. So I kind of have to make that decision in a week. of whether I do what I want to do and let the people from that community come in, hopefully, and discover the channel and become part of the community, or and in doing so likely alienate even further the people in this community. Or I say, okay, you guys told me what you wanted to see. I'll play Skyrim. And then likely grow a community from that as well. But also knowing that I won't be as happy with it. And the gamble that just because my community voted for it doesn't mean they're going to be here. Because again, when I state these facts, that is it. I am stating factual data, not saying it with any angry undertones. I am not upset with anybody. I have always said when I brought this sort of stuff up that you guys you don't have any obligation to be here. Everybody's busy. Everyone's doing their own thing. But no one's been here this month. Like I said, we had one stream with like a couple people in here, one of which was a new person, and a small handful of days where, like, again, like I said, like Dubs has been here for a couple minutes and then they had to leave. This stream right now, we're half an hour into it and no one's here. So that's also part of the reason why I'm so timid about doing what the community voted for, is because my worry is that I say, okay, that's what you guys wanted, so that's what I'll do. I get into Skyrim and that's all I play, and then it's just still the same thing of like whether people are busy or just disinterested in stream and left or whatever it is. And I'm putting myself through this thing that I don't fully want to do for people who aren't even here. That's my big confliction right now. So, and again, I don't know, maybe this month just fell off because of, I love horror. I love this. I'm actually upset that this is only like a once a month sort of thing, you know? Like, this is what I love. But you guys are making it pretty clear that you don't. And again, maybe it is just life, you know, getting in the way of you know, dropping into stream or whatever. And I get that. But I don't, without knowing what the situation is, I just have to go by the data that I have, which is the numbers. And those are very low. So that's kind of where I'm at going forward. I want to do Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts means a lot to me. I've replayed almost every game in that series multiple times, you know, with the exceptions being like the ones I really didn't care about. But I could fully see myself playing through, you know, like Birth by Sleep again, the entirety of it. You know, the original Kingdom Hearts, sure. You know, 2, absolutely, probably 3. You know, those are the ones that like pop into my head for sure. And even just the ones I would be like excited for, like I said, like Birth by Sleep 1 and 2. That already by itself with my schedule is probably like a year. So if I started that, you know, November 2022 and actually kept with it, who knows what state the channel would be in, what the community would be like, or what anything would be like in a year by November 2023, you know. Who knows? So that's kind of where I'm at with everything. And that's what I wanted to take today's stream to kind of, well, again, not really have a discussion, because a discussion requires 2 parts. But it's one I wanted to get out there to you guys, to explain myself, to give reasons for why things have been the way they are, and, you know, kind of where I'm looking at in terms of the channel going forward. So, yeah. Like I said, I almost canceled today, just, again, because, like, not that I wanted to avoid this talk, like avoid this confrontation or anything. It's just, again, like, there are a lot of factors, clearly, you know, that have gone over in terms of, like, me wanting to stream, or, you know, to go live and everything, but it's just still my mental health. Like, I'm not, it's just been a lot recently. And I also want to assure, like, nothing's happening per se. Nothing has happened to me. I have not had a tragedy occur. Nothing in terms of, like, my like actual job or anything. Mana and I are fine. It's nothing to do with that. Those who have mental health will understand that sometimes, without any sort of outsourced mitigating factors, you just are having a shit fucking time. And it's just one of those right now. So that is that. So, I don't really know what else to do or say. I don't feel like getting back into limbo. I was gonna say right now, but that pretty much means that, like, I don't know if we'll finish it. No one. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that next part. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not really in the mood to play a game like that right now. So, well, sorry. Today was kind of a bummer. But I don't even know if there's going to be a VOD for today. Like, I may put it up so that if anyone out there is still interested in the life of this channel, but just can't make the stream or whatever, I guess I'll put it up for those people who still want to maybe watch it later to figure out what's going on. But even that, anytime I feel like discussing the logistical side of things, I feel like people are going to take it as whining and complaining. And it really, really isn't. It's just statements of facts that I am sharing with you guys to understand where I'm coming from. I don't know if I'm going to, but, like, see, that's the mental illness part of my brain, is like, why bother? No one's gonna watch it. Clearly, if they were interested, they'd be here. And even if not, your view count on your previous things, where people are always like, oh, I couldn't miss stream, but I'll you know, I definitely want to see the content, I'll watch it on YouTube. Well, kind of a lot of videos with either no views or 1 view, where, you know, the data doesn't back that up. So it's hard to have a lot of confidence in that. And again, that's where my mental illness comes in, because that's what it's saying, is that no one actually cares. Why are you bothering? So, little peek inside. But Yeah. I don't know what we're gonna do on Friday. Normally, the plan for the month, as you guys know, was to save one day a week for narrating creepypastas, but that entire idea got flushed down the toilet this past week. Basic summation. Some of the authors. Okay. Whenever I read those stories, all I do is I go to the subreddit r/nosleep. I filter the top of this month, and I grab the ones that seem interesting, and those are the ones we read. If you were here for those streams, which is the only way to know about it because the video got taken down, or I took it down because of the circumstances that I'm getting to. So that's what you guys know Reddit. It's a public fucking forum. Like, you have to go on there and post your shit. And so that's what I did. I went to a subreddit, I pulled up some stories, and I read them on stream. That's fucking it. So I waited until the YouTube video for Friday's stream came out Saturday morning. And then I went to all of the authors whose story I read, and I messaged them just out of a fucking courtesy to say, hey, I saw your story, thought it sounded interesting, and I read it on my Twitch stream. Here's the YouTube video of it, in case you're interested in hearing someone narrate your story. And I sent that to all of the Reddit users who posted their stories. Out of the 4, one person didn't get back to me. I never got a response from them. One person saw it and said, hey, that's awesome. Thanks a lot. Glad you found it interesting. Then there were 2 others. And I'll bring up who they were. And I posted a screenshot of my DMs with one of them, just so you guys didn't think it was like making shit up or anything. So 2 of them, Papa Mishka 89 and Genuinely Grim, those 2 Reddit users, basically got back to me and said, hey, that's not okay. I charge for, well, okay, it was 2 separate things, but basically the same conclusion of both of them said that it wasn't okay to do that, and to remove their story from the video. Here's why I have an enormous problem with that. I'm a writer too. I'm an artist, an illustrator. Like, I've been a creator of some kind basically my entire life. I 1000% understand wanting to protect your work and even make money off it. That's perfectly fine. I have no problem with people trying to make a living out of their creative work. Don't post it to a fucking forum then. None of those stories, and you guys know this, I had them on stream. They didn't say that anywhere. No part of their post, in the text of their story, or anywhere had any indication of any of that. It's on Reddit. It's out there for people to read. Why would you, if you wanted to make money off of it, why would you post it so openly, and especially without any sort of indication that it wasn't okay to use it for anything otherwise? And again, it obviously, I feel like it's very different than, like, I wasn't trying to steal their content. I wasn't saying I wrote it. I wasn't publishing it myself. I was just narrating it for a fucking Twitch channel. And I get that that can lead to, you know, obviously I make money on Twitch. I could make money off YouTube. So that would be me getting a profit from their work. And in that sense, I understand. And I will say, there, out of these two, Papa Mishka and Genuinely Grim, there's one that it was just upsetting, but okay. And one of them that I was actually upset about. Papa Mishka, I wasn't too upset about. It's just his response came after the first one that actually got me very upset. But so I, you know, like I sent him the same message, and they said, hey, I'm so glad you like the story, but I've already sold the exclusive narration rights to another channel, so you'll have to take it down. Pinned to my profile, there's a story master list, and I ask everyone to ask permission for narration before you just take it. Okay. I'm not saying I'm not completely at fault for the situation either. I should have understood that I should do more prep beforehand to make sure things like that weren't in place for these stories. Granted, I didn't think about it because they're posted to fucking Reddit, and there was nothing in the text of the story, or, you know, like in the post that said, hey, if you are wanting to use this story for anything, whether that's a publication, narration, artwork, whatever it is, either this story is not allowed for that, or you need to contact me first, etc., etc. So it's still like, okay, whatever, then don't post it to fucking Reddit, but fine. The Genuinely Grim response is what really got me, though, because not only, again, was there no indication of any part of this on the post, there was no indication of what they responded with on their profile whatsoever, so I don't know how they expect anyone to know about this, because their response, again, I posted the same thing to them, and their response was, hey, sorry, but that's not all right. I charge 3 cents per word for my stories, and permission is required before any kind of narration or adaptation is done for any platform. I will kindly ask you to either pay for the story in question or remove it from the video. Otherwise, I will have to file a copyright claim. So like I said, hey, if you want to do that, awesome. I totally get wanting to benefit monetarily from your works. Don't post it to fucking Reddit. If you were wanting to make money off something, I would imagine the first thing you shouldn't do is put it out on the internet for free, with no indication that you want to make money off it or that others can't use it for anything, especially if you're charging for it in that manner. That's what really upset me. The only slight thing that I will give them is that, so again, all of these stories were grabbed from the subreddit r/nosleep. And in that subreddit specifically, the like the rules of the subreddit and the whole like kind of reason for it is the community is part of this massive role play that anything posted on that subreddit is meant to be seen as a true story, and the discussion about it, like in the comments for the post, are discussing it as if it were real. You know, so there aren't talks about like, oh, what a great story. You know, I like that the character did this and this, and I like how this happened. It's, you know, a lot of them are more like, wow, you know, that's amazing. You were in that horrifying situation, and, you know, like, glad you got out, you know, things like that. So maybe their reasoning was, well, I didn't put any text saying, like referring to it as a tail, because that would be breaking the illusion. But still, like I feel like that's giving them still like a pretty decent leeway of like, hey, look, I just went to the subreddit and read your story. Like, if it was that big of a deal, you really should have like put something on there for it. Or maybe I'm the asshole in the entire situation. I don't know. You guys let me know. But yeah, so there's the explanation for that. That is basically all I could really think of for today. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel, I don't know, depending on how far in the future it is, leave your comments below with what you think, and what you want to see from the channel going forward. So that's going to be it for today, guys. Goodbye.